Hi everyone, this is Anthony, and welcome to Starlight Activation, and welcome to my story. I just did a video yesterday, really late at night. I had no idea I was going to be doing one today. I got in from the 4-day trip that you guys know I took because I produced a video about what happened on that trip that was quite magical and healing. And so yesterday being my day off, I slept late and then I dealt with the aquariums all day long. It was water changing and testing and doing maintenance on them. Okay, if you hear that noise going off, that is a bug zapper and it's right behind you. Because when you have all these terrariums that I have, you're going to have gnats. And so I keep a bug zapper going all the time. So here, that's a little fun little FYI. But remember the video if you've seen it. And I hope you have, because I say this every time. Every video builds on another video. You guys will know that I travel usually once a month to a family home that's several states away, and I drive my old Jeep Commander. It is actually a Commander version. Wasn't a popular Jeep, but I love it because it's very comfortable. It sets up really high, and I have sciatica really bad. And so it's very comfortable for me to ride in. I can get really comfortable in it. And if I need to pull over and rest, I mean, I can make a bed in the second row. So that's just a little too much FYI maybe. But anyway, I think I was mentioned talking about when I was on that road trip, because I had that very important, the Commander broke down right in front of the auto repair shop, and how significant that was for me at the time once I started figuring out what was happening. And I was doing it really in real time. I was figuring out what was happening in real time. So I felt really proud about that. But I remember the entire trip, and it was just a little over 12 hours each way. And the Commander stays running the whole time. I mean, I don't get a hotel, nothing. I just drive it through. And so I've never had trouble out of the Jeep. But there's one thing that the Commander stopped doing on this last trip, is he never played any music. I mean, the radio comes on, you can see the CD player coming on. Yes, it's one of those with CDs. You can see it coming on. You can see it wanting to play because the timer's rolling on the CD, but there's no volume coming out. And because he is 20 years old, he's had hiccups before where I thought, oh, well, maybe something had to warm up, because the radio volume would come on after maybe like 20 or 30 minutes of me driving. Well, on this trip, nothing. And I prayed about it several times. I'm like, come on, Commander, give me some tunes. And I tried singing songs from memory, but you know, when you don't have any of the music with you, you're really bad at it and you miss all the words. So I guess it was good because I was with my thoughts on that trip. But so I've complained about it. I complained about it to him. So today I had errands to run. I really had to go and pick up, I'm a diabetic, so I had to go pick up one of my insulins from Walgreens, and I was in the drive-thru. Now, back up a little bit. When I was at my family's home, I measured this wall in the bathroom that I'm remodeling to replace the original mirror that was in there, because the original, which I was planning on using, is now too big because I've modified the space a little bit. And so I took very exact measurements, like from the outlet to the light fixture to the corner of the wall to the shelf below it. I know all of my dimensions so I could order a new mirror for it. I get back here to Texas, can't find it anywhere. It's nowhere. I tore the Jeep apart. It's nowhere in the Jeep. It had to be in the Jeep somewhere because that's where it originated. But remember, I broke down on the highway in another town. So I thought, okay, maybe when I got out, maybe the little tablet I had it written on, maybe it all fell out outside as well, because it did happen between 3 and 4 a.m. And it was 20 degrees cold outside. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it just did fall out. Maybe it just fell out somewhere, and that's why I can't find it. So I'm in the drive-thru, which you guys know the drive-thru takes forever because everyone takes their longest time possible, because none of us we're all lazy. We don't want to go inside the store. And so I was waiting and waiting, and I was talking to the commander again about why wouldn't he play any music, because I could see the radio on, but it was making no sound. And I was talking to the divine. Yes, I do that while I'm sitting in traffic as well. So I get up and it's my turn. And there's a mistake on my prescription. My doctor wrote it for 1 month instead of 3 months. And if it's insulin, I only get it in 3 months supply. I don't have to get it in the monthly supply. That would be a nightmare. So they're trying to figure it out. And they say, yes, they can, but I'll have to come back in at least an hour. And I said, that's fine. I got to go to the grocery store. And I can come back after that. Okay, here's where it got really, really interesting. I have my foot on the brake. I'm looking down to take my foot off the brake onto the accelerator. And I look down, and right in the middle of my floorboard is the pad with my measurements on it. Now, it is not just catty-cornered. It's not askewed. It's not upside down. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is right side up. It is perfectly placed in the middle of the mat. And I can see it clear as day. And I thought, thank you, divine. Someone interceded on my behalf, and wherever it was, it's now here. And so I reached down to pick it up. As I reached down to pick it up, I got scared because the music came on the Jeep at the same time. I touched it and the music came on. And I realized what was happening, and I'm crying and I'm laughing at the same time because I was just kind of like overjoyed. So I knew this was divine. I saw this as divine intervention. You might guys just think I'm crazy, but I saw it as divine intervention. And so I had to turn the volume down. Now, I've left the volume up from the last road trip because the Commander has a very loud engine, and I wanted to be able to hear the radio if it came on, so I didn't have it low. I had the volume really high. So when I bent down to pick up this pad and it came on, it kind of scared me. So I pick it up, and I'm smiling and crying, and it was just amazing. So I make my way to the store, and I've turned the volume down. Go in, do all my shopping. I get back out, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I'll have music again, or does it have to, warm up again or do something? But it was very warm in Texas today, so I thought, okay, that's a plus in my favor. So I'm thinking about this. Turn the engine on, and I don't hear anything. So I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to work. No, so I back up and I make the turn around one of the parking lanes so I can get to an exit. And as soon as I make the turn, and there's a spot where I could, if I needed to pull over out of traffic, I sort of thought maybe I should pull over and just check the volume. And so as I'm getting ready to slide into this side area, the side park, the volume comes back on. And it is the song you're not going to believe. The song is significant. So I pulled over and I'm like, okay. The song is called Drive by Incubus from 1999. But it's really Whatever Tomorrow Brings is the name that I had always known it by. But here are, when I first heard the first line in it, that's when I really started to cry, and I thought, oh my gosh, this really is divine intervention right here. So I'm just going to read the lyrics to you. Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty stinging clear, and I can't help but ask myself how much I'll let the fear take the wheel and steer. And I thought, oh, how appropriate. It's all been lately about me driving, and things happen while I was on the road or when I'm at work. It's driven me before, and it seems to have a vague, haunting mass appeal. But lately, I'm beginning to find that I should be the one behind the wheel. And what I really love about that is I've told you guys in a couple of videos that I'm perfectly fine being in the passenger seat and let the divine navigate for me, because I'm not going to push anything. It's all in divine timing. I'm just letting things unfold. So I thought the words were just really, the words really resonated with me. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms, open eyes. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. So if I decide to waver my chance to be one of the hive, will I choose water over wine and hold my own and drive? It's driven me before, and it seems to be the way that everyone else gets around. But lately, I'm beginning to find that when I drive myself, my light is found. Oh my gosh, that line alone just now gave me chills again, just like it did earlier when I read it. My light is found when I drive myself. So what's been happening lately is my intuition has been driving me, and it's always included my light doing something significant. So that really, it's very interesting to me that just jumped off the page, and it just gave me chills, and it just gave me chills again. I just love that. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. Would you choose water over wine, hold the wheel and drive? Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. And I love how really the lines before the last line is about, are you going to choose the water over the wine? So when you choose, I see the water as of the divine, and the wine as a substance that could dull your senses so that you can be like the masses. And I know for me, I don't want to be, I was one of the masses for far too long, but I don't want to now. I want to be in charge of what's going forward. So that's why for me, it's about manifesting the destiny that I feel that I need and I want and I deserve, and standing up for my own rights, standing in my own power, standing in my own light, and speaking my own truth, and being on my highest and my best path forward. But I do not do this alone. I do this with all my guides and the divine. And when this song just popped up, I just literally, I wish I had been being recorded right then, because I literally have never experienced something to where I was crying and laughing at the same time. I was having both emotions intensely, and because it just resonated so strongly with me, and I thought, okay, I've got to get this out on a video, because it's another confirmation that that involved the divine really controlling the auto that I was driving. I believe the auto broke down where it broke down because there's divine intervention stepping in and taking a hand in that situation right there, and I'm just waiting for it to unfold. I've done my part. I have been there. I've met someone. Now it's kind of up to them to do the research on me to see if I'm my authentic self or not, and to see where this takes us. But it's very interesting because I think I told you in the video that I was guided that I needed to get out more and meet other people, and I kept saying, well, how am I going to do that? Because, you know, that's not in my nature as a flight attendant. When I'm off work, I don't like to be around crowds. I don't like to be around loud noises, and it's not just me, that's all flight attendants. We don't like that. It was interesting, this last trip I was on, one of my flight attendants has just married 1 year, and she's talking about how her husband, when she comes to a trip, he wants to get out and go out because he's had nothing but home cooked food and been at home. Well, she just wants home cooked food and to stay at home. And I'm like, my advice to her was, you need to get him to come on one of your layovers so they can see, your husband can really see what it's really like. That it's not what people think. It's not us out there living the high life and partying and going crazy. Because, you know, we're responsible for hundreds of people's safety every single day on every single flight. And we're crowded by noise and stimulus, and we have to navigate all that. We have to filter through all that. So when we go home, we want the opposite. I mean, heaven forbid, if I have to go run an errand, I do it on my way home, because once I get home, I'm not leaving. I mean, and fortunately, aquascaping is a hobby that I don't have to leave. I can sit there and just play in my tanks and be tranquil, and I can do the videos for you here on Starlight when things pop up and come forward. And I just thought today was just a perfect example of how that's like the divine's little nudge. Okay, it just resonated so well with me, and when I was sitting and I found the notepad and the song came on, and then when I started the Jeep the second time and the song came on after I did my shopping, and then I listened to the words, I was like, oh my God, I've never listened to these words of this song before like this. And I just thought it was magical. So I hope this resonates with you. If not, it'll be amusing because you'll continue the saga of what is Anthony doing in the Jeep and where are they going next and what's happening next. So until I see you up in the sky as one of my passengers, which could happen, you never know, or in our next video update, I'm wishing you guys nothing but light and love, and have a great night. Bye-bye.